Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Kate. Today I would like to share with you a quick card using one stencil and one stamp set. Let's get started. So to kick things off, we are going to be using the Fawn Heart Wreath Stencil with some freshly cut grass, some jalapeno, some bubblegum, and plastic flamingo ink. Now I wanted to do two cards to show the difference between a brighter and darker colored inks, and I really like how these cards turned out. So here I'm going in with some freshly cut grass, and then you can see here we are going to go in with some of that jalapeno because it is a little bit darker. And we're just going heavy-handed to make sure that ink gets nice and saturated onto our paper. And that is some Recollections brand 65-pound shimmer cardstock. I really do like this cardstock color. I mean, the cardstock, it's mediocre, but the color of it is pretty decent. And here you can see the two of them. I love that little shine to it. And then we'll take the second part of that stencil and we are going to go in with some of that bubble gum. Now you just got to line this up to where the etchings are in the stencil itself. You can see, well, you can't see in this one, but if you look at some of their two-part stencils for Lawn Fawn, they do have little etchings in it that line up with the first stamp set, or the first stencil set that you use. Gosh, where are my words? So we're just going to go around heavy-handed with some of that bubble gum, and you can see how pretty that is there, and then we'll bring in the next one, and we will go in with some of that plastic flamingo. This is such an easy stencil to do. The colors are endless, really. The combinations, you could do monochromatic, you could do tone on tone, with different greens and different pinks or purples. It doesn't really matter, the sky's the limit, but I kind of wanted to go with the pinks and greens for this one. When I got this stencil, it was still kind of Christmas feeling, so that's why I went with the pinks and the greens. So here you can see I've got the coordinating die for the stamp set Magic Hearts message. Yeah, Magic Heart message. And I'm just going to cut the center of each of these out, and I'll save that bit for later. And then we'll go ahead and cut this one out as well so they're both the same. So I'll tape that down with some low-tack tape and cut those off camera. And here I have some pink cardstock. I'm not 100% sure if this is Recollections or if it's something that I'd had in an old kit. I don't remember, as I don't have much of it left. So all we're going to do is we're going to go around the edge of our cardstock here and around the heart so we don't get too much lift, and we'll just kind of go willy-nilly here around the edges, and then we'll flip that onto our card base. So, I mean, you could turn this into a little mini shaker. You could add foam tape to the back side of this to pop this up from the pink. I just wanted to have some flat cards to add to my card collection that I've got going on. Generally, I'll just build and build and build and build, and I'll put them all in a pile, and then the ones that I want to keep, I'll set aside, and then the other ones that I don't want to keep, I'll end up packing and putting them in the market box, because market season is almost upon me, and I am looking forward to it. So again, stand above my project, give that a good mash down, and while I've got that all glued together, I'm going to come back in with my magic message. I mean, I could have probably done this beforehand just in case I didn't get a good stamp, but you know, I like to live life dangerously. So we'll mash that down and get that into our mini Misty, and we're going to go ahead and pull back that, pull that off and reposition it again. A little tip here, if you're not 100% sure, go ahead and pull out the little die that you use to cut out the heart and move the magnet first and pop that back in, and then that way your heart will fit perfectly and you won't have to worry about being off center when you do stamp that. So we're going to grab that, I don't know if that's plastic flamingo, I think that might be plastic flamingo, because I think that was the darker pink. Or maybe it was bubblegum. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. Looks like it might be plastic flamingo. So we're just going to stamp that down good and tight. Give that a couple of stamps just to make sure that you get a good impression. and give that a good mash. And once I'm happy with that, I'll ink it again. Nope, not happy with it yet. Am I happy? Yep, I'm happy now. So we're gonna set that one off to the side after we clean off our little thing there, and we're going to add in the next one. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to use the other heart stamp that comes in. This comes with 2 little hearts in the stamp set with a matching die, and I think it's kind of cute, you know. You don't have too many heart stamps with words. I mean, I think I've got all the magic message ones, and those are circular, and those are great if you need a little bit of a sentiment on the front of your card. Oh, there I go, hitting my camera. Apologize. Apologize, we're good. So we're going to come back in with that ink, and we're going to ink that up nice and good. Okay, so this one looks like it's plastic flamingo. The other one was probably bubblegum. I am sorry. I misspoke. So we're just going to give that a good mash. Gonna ink it one more time, make sure I'm nice and happy with it, and then we're going to add a little bit of interest to the edge. Now I'm just going to go along and just drag it across the edge here just to give it a little bit of a darker interest, a little bit of it, I don't know what you call it. It's subtle, I guess you could say. You don't have to do this, but I kind of like the outcome of it because it just gives it a hint of color. Now I'll set that off to the side, and we will do that again with the other one in the other pink. So again, I'm just kind of rubbing it, not really being too particular about it, just making sure that I've got that flat edge into the sponge itself, being very careful not to get fingerprints all over that white. We're going to polish off these cards with a few of these flat sequins that I have from High Supply. You could put anything down. You could use stickles, you could use little gems, you could even use like those little candy looking hearts too, as well as some half-back pearls. The sky is the limit really with what you throw down on these guys. I think the stencil is quite nice for mass producing cards, and yeah, the color combinations are also endless. So which one did you like better? The Happy Valentine's Day with the lighter pinks and greens? Or did you like the You Make My Hearts Happy? I think I like the second one the best, as I like that darker pink with those greens. And if you think I've earned it, please give this video a like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.